Hello, everybody. Good morning, and welcome to the stream. Small Planet Echo, welcome in. I hope you guys are having a great morning. Who else we got over on YouTube? Artistic, welcome back. And, oh, you got a long name. Uker Nuker Ismay. I'm going to call you Nook. And Ryan, welcome in. How you guys doing? We are going to be working on our bakery competition build yet again today. And today we are working on our figure, which has been tricky. So it's kind of bumming me out because I really wish I would have started with it, because that is that's the part of this build that makes it fit the theme. And I'm worried it's going to be the worst part of the build. So we're going to be really working at it today and trying some new techniques and trying to figure out a way to make this look good. Paffy, hello. You are up in here. Welcome in. Oh, Echo, your subscription ran out. Well, there's a way to re-up it. Lipit, love what you're doing for the Minecraft art community. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. That means a lot to hear. That is my goal, is to do things for them. Let me get my volume down a little bit so I can hear myself. Vortex, good morning. How you doing? All right, so here's generally the size that we're going to be working at, I think. So I'm having a couple thoughts. One, I kind of want to put more trees, maybe, but I also like that there's just one big tree that kind of is the focus of it. We doing Fane? I see comp going good. Comp is going good. Don't know what you mean by Fane. But comp it's going okay. Very happy with the clouds. The more I look at this, the more stuff I'm like not happy with. But that's what happens. That's how it goes. Things that I wish I did differently. I wish that I had decided to do a cone instead of a pyramid and a cube the whole time. And I would have fit this cone to fit the plot size, so I didn't have these flat spots. I'm actually super bummed about that. Technically, still something I could change. Yeah, we're gonna see how that looks. Something else that I'm not super happy with is the way this figure is going. But I got some new techniques using the coral that should help me do the shaping a lot, since it is going to be mostly perspective. We do have a lot of colors. We have a good amount of colors to work with, but they're all super saturated, so I don't know how we're gonna do that. I actually want to see, what am I using? I think I'm using the tube coral. Yes, I'm using the tube coral, so I'm going to get rid of these. I'm trying to see what these look like if I add them in as a... We can get just little touches of color in there, so maybe we'll work with that. That might not be too bad. Ryan, could you make the clouds 3D, or is that too much? No, I could. I really like how these look, so I might add some clouds like kind of floating, but I really love how this looks. It also looks really good in orthographic. And that's the other thing. Technically, this is how it's supposed to be viewed, but I don't feel like that's fair for the competition, because it's, you know, like I feel like you shouldn't have to download a plugin in order to be able to view the competition entry correctly. So I want it to look good this way too. But yeah, okay, so I have the figure, and the idea is, which I'm going to move the figure, but the idea is to have the figure here looking down, and every, you know, periodically, I have it set to each one of these purple blocks, but I don't know if I'll keep that. Having another version of the figure. So it's like looking into past versions of itself. Something else I thought of that might make this a lot easier for me is if I... this is so... I'm getting better at moving around this build, but it's still pretty tricky. Something else that I was thinking was having somebody sitting on this ledge. Like sitting here with their feet dangling off, looking down. Because the whole idea is just for self-reflection, and I really feel like that is, you know, I don't have to have the moniker of having a bunch of repetitive versions for it to be like self-reflection. I think sitting under a tree looking into the distance is also a perfectly valid form of self-reflection. So we will see. We'll see. Let me catch up on what some of you guys said. Is it a dropper build? No, it is not. It's for a competition, although this would make a really sick dropper build. So I've been thinking about maybe doing a dropper build kind of like this at some point. Artistic just wanted to stop by and say hi. Well, hello. Thank you for stopping by. Dyson is selling the world's thinnest vacuum, smaller than the 500 yen coin in diameter, sold to 10 million copies. I don't know what you mean. There's no honk sound to redeem with channel points. There isn't. I can't figure out on Stream Elements how to add just a sound, which is very disappointing. I know there's a way to do it, but I need to just look into it more, I guess. Because I want that. I want you guys to be able to redeem a honk sound, but as of now, the only way to get a honk sound is to subscribe or follow. Oh, hold on. I forgot to shamelessly promote myself on the bakery. Ask Benji. I have talked to Benji about it. There we go. Always rely on Spuddy to ask if I'm live. That way I don't feel as bad about telling everybody, hey, I'm live, come check me out. Pootsby, if you unfollow and refollow, yeah, it should. Yeah, try it. Yeah, there we go. You guys can just do that all stream. Man, that really does work to round this out quite a lot. Nice. Spud is cool. Don't tell him I said it. I'm going to tell him. I'm going to tell him. Oh, they saw. Oh, I spelled your name wrong too. Okay, I'm gonna try one drastic change. Okay. I think it's something like... Nope, that's the wrong one. I'm just going to see how it looks if I make the cone the same one. Hesbo, hi, this is the earliest I've ever caught a stream. This time I'll remember not to put it on silent. Hell yeah. Well, welcome in. Thank you for joining. I'm glad you were able to make it in earlier. Today's going to be a very chill stream. Hey, and thanks for the follow. Who was that? Cool guy Alexa. Thanks, dog. Turn the music up for you guys because I think I'm going to be focusing pretty hard today. Oh, it's an old username. Came here from YouTube, curious about what you're making. I am working on a competition build for the bakery. It is here. I can show you. Just gotta zoom way out for this. Gotta keep going. Probably a much easier way for me to do this. Yeah, there we go. I'm working on a competition build for the bakery, and I'm doing it vertically so that I have more space. Ignore this red cone, but this is what we're at so far. Nifty 50, the goose is grinding. The goose is grinding. There's no Happy Fridays, just Packet Tracer Fridays. Hey, Nesh, how's it going? This is the new really good disc for Minecraft. Hey, what up, Chuck? Your favorite part is the nausea? Yeah, the perspective is very trippy. I mean, trying to build in it is rough. Here, I'll turn my... That's better. Yeah, it's been rough. So, okay, so right now, though, I'm just trying some... Trying something. I wish it would move the gizmo like up so I could see it while I'm... Oh, gizmo global. No, cool. No, I do need that global. I don't know why I'm doing it like this. There's a much easier way for me to do this. Okay, 150. Hey, what up, Babadoo Z? How's it going? Where can I check how much I have left with your sub? I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't personally know how to do that. I'm a noob with Twitch. Why is it doing this? You know how many builds to use the build critique on? You don't have to use it. You can just save it. Okay, so that is how big I will have to have the cube if I want it to contain everything. Wow, that's weird. Why is it so hard for me to line up? There we go. Okay. Yeah, so that's how big I would have it if I wanted to keep it in the same size. Now, that's not horrible, honestly. I mean, I lose a little bit of the space, but not a ton of it. If you watch the stream on YouTube, you're going to see 3 different chats at the same time. 3 different ones? I think just 2, wouldn't you? You'd see the YouTube chat and the YouTube chat, and then see this chat here. Nifty, the sky is my favorite part by far. I'm just so happy with how it turned out. It turned out so much better than I thought it would. Okay, I'm just gonna look at this and see what we would lose. We wouldn't lose a ton, honestly. I don't want to redo all that, though. We're sticking with this. Wasting time. Oh, and the bakery chat. Yeah, and the bakery chat. That's true. Okay, so what do you guys think? So I'm gonna have the figure here and then the multiples of the figure going down, or I was also thinking about having a figure like sitting here looking off into the distance. Like probably like right. Well, maybe I'll move this up a little more. So like right there under the tree, looking down into the distance. How did I get the clouds in? Projection mapping or by hand? So I did it with, it's a noise brush. So it's this shape, but it's done on a cube with glass. So it's transparent. So that's how I got the clouds in. Bringing the discussion here, what's the best and worst wood type in general? Well, it is subjective, but I think acacia is the best, and I think oak is the worst. I don't really like oak; it's kind of boring. But I mean, I think like objectively, they're all equal. They're all the same. Hey, thank you. Okay, how's it going? I hope you're having a great day, and I hope I have a great stream. This is always the tough part of art, is when you get to the point that all you can really do is sit and look at it and try to figure out what to do. You know what? No, I'm going to follow my own advice. We're just going to start throwing something in. I'm going to throw a figure in here, and we're just going to see how it looks. Super rough shape, just so I can kind of get an idea. I think the tricky part about doing it this way is getting the head to look like it's turning. And this is not going to look good at first. We're just doing very rough shape so I can just kind of get an idea of what it would look like if I did have a figure there. Okay. What do you guys think? Do you guys think it'd be... I think it fits the prompt more if I have... Well, I just don't know. I don't know. About having, like, multiple figures going off into the distance, or having one guy sitting on the ledge, like, looking in... I kind of like the guy sitting on the ledge, like, looking out into the distance, thinking about his life. Well, I wouldn't have both of them in there. They wouldn't both be in there. That's what I agree with that. Is having like each one of these is like a smaller person. We're just gonna do stick figures for now. I like the guy sitting on the ledge more. Hey, Amzu. How's it going? Let me think. What's a good... I think red is a color I don't have. I'm going to try red. You think that's a flex? Like, what scale is this build? All of them? I agree. Since this is just one figure, I'm going to start with this, and I'm just going to have him in there. And then I'm going to do him out of red. Because I can always cover him with glass. Fire coral. Okay. Yeah, it works better like compositionally too. I agree. Oh, I gotta fly up. Yeah, I think it works better compositionally. I like that it keeps the focus, because like I put the tree in just because I wanted, like, oh, I'll throw a tree in there. But that tree takes so much of the visual focus that I think if I put figures like down here going down, it will like, it's not going to have the same effect because the tree is going to be taking so much of the weight. So if I tie the figure into the tree, I think that might be a smart choice. So I'm just going to replace all this with red, and then we'll start shaping him. I don't know why I always do this by hand. Trying to think pose-wise too, but hold on, let me grab my sketchbook. Okay, I have the pose figured out. We're gonna get rid of this. Goose says hello. Hello. Hello again, Amzu. Are you still doing good? Forced perspective on the figure could be cool too, kind of like a Greek statue, superposed upon it though. It's going to be hard for me to get specific shapes just because of the angle and the blocks that I'm working at. Why are you sad, Amzu? That's actually a very, very similar to the pose that I'm gonna do. How much harder is it for you to build vertically like this instead? It's pretty difficult. It takes a different kind of thinking for sure. Amzu, where are you going? I see all your comments slowly deleting. He's thinking. He's doing the thinking. The Thinker, yeah. Yeah, that's the name of the statue. I think so. Or I think that might be one of those cases where everybody just calls it that, but that's not actually the name. Yeah, I like that a lot more. Yep. Okay. Oh, River of Memories. That's good. That's good. It's the real name, but it's French, so it'd be La Pensue. Pensue. I don't know how to pronounce French words. Le Penseur. Make a river of memories flowing back down to the background. I really like that. It was initially named The Poet and was part of a large commission, begun in 1880, for a doorway surrounding the gates of hell, outlined, pulled from Wikipedia. That's cool. I like that. I love art history. This is going to take a lot of work to shape it. We're going to have to do a lot of glass work on this too. Hey, what up, Merlin? How's it going? Welcome to the stream. We're just, we're trying. Makes you think of those old stick figure fight scenes? Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I love old stick figure stuff. That was like a major part of my childhood. Now, the hard part is I have no idea if I'm even going to be able to color any of this other than red. The only thing I can think of being able to use is glass. So we're going to have to do some pretty wild stuff with the glass, I think. Leg is too short. It's looking better than I thought it was going to, being honest. We're getting there. Let's see what we can do with glass. Gifted sub ends in 2 days. How do you renew? There should be a button directly under the window, like where you're watching it, that says like subscribe or something. Twitch has absolutely horrible UI, so if it's not there, it's somewhere else stupid, like on the website in your settings or something like that. Was that chat message about your sky? No, I don't think so. This has been here for a long time. I was one of the first ones to start building in this area, the comp area. I did think that though. I saw that and I was like, haha. Why would it let me place that? If it was yours, I would have read some dude plonked the most beautiful and perfect sky right next to my plot. Well, okay, I appreciate that, but granted, this does look like trash from the outside. But you can't tell it's a sky block, so, or a sky thing, so that's okay. Ooh. I like this one. Who is this? Eric Back. It's looking cool. Oh, there we go. Okay. I love that. Bot scam. Oh, normally it blocks those. Oh, well. I don't want to open Twitch and remove it. You guys know to ignore it. Bots ahead of you on slang. Giving the no signal vibes? Nah, that's old. You got to relearn terraining for Axiom for a project you're working on. Both not and am looking forward to it. Haven't really used Axiom since it was released. It's the training. I think is one of the easiest things to do in Axiom. I think you'll pick it up real quick. Hey, what up, alley-oop? Builds like this are really cool because if you fall, you feel like you're flying through the landscape. I do love that. Yeah, it's just a nice feeling. Whoa. Darken the tree behind it. Yeah, I think you're right. I think I can do that. Oh. What up, Sam? Red blob. It is a person, yeah. It's also just a red blob right now. We're getting there. I can't forget that I can swap out the coral for a lot of different blocks too. Oh yeah, and I can make that float. Okay, that helps out a lot. I'll get the shape down and then I'll worry about replacing some of those. Those clouds look insane. Thank you, Minnie. I appreciate that. I'm very, very happy with the clouds. I can't help but feeling like this is kind of ruining the build. Hey, thanks, Coded. I appreciate that. Hey, what up, Elasmo? That's a lovely look down the abyss. All right, so that's what I got to work with. I could do a lot of flesh tones, but I don't want him to look like he's just naked. And once we change the colors, we kind of lose the effect of the coral. I've got myself in quite a pickle. After the beach when forgetting to wear sunscreen, yeah. Yeah. Oh, too far. Oh, hi, Bog Snort. How's it going? So my issue with this is that it's a completely different realm of color. It just doesn't fit at all. So I'm going to try to cover the entire thing with glass and see if I can tone it down a little bit and see how that looks. We're going to do it with some brown glass. When was the building contest announced? I couldn't find any information about it on the bakery Discord. It was announced about 3 weeks ago, I think. Something like that. Oh, no, what I'm going to do. I'm going to cover the whole area and then break out what I don't need. Yeah, my one. Yeah, I should probably ban some of those. Gotta say, though, that's the first time one of those has popped up. Okay. Using OrthoCam as a perspective tool to help you paint. It's pretty creative in its own right. Yeah, this is working out pretty good. It's working out pretty nice. Hey, what up, Puffin? Oh, and Eliop, is it weird that you decorated your viewing platform? Nope, not at all. I think that's good. How you doing, Puffin? Yeah, the problem is that only works in orthographic. It looks horrible outside of orthographic. Oh. Making lunch before you start working on your build again? Hell yeah. I think I'm going to move this arm. Do you think there's a difference between Minecrafters who only make art with the basic house tutorials and people like you? I mean, yeah, like there's a difference between everybody that makes any kind of art. Only makes art with the basic house tutorials. I mean, if you're just following a basic house tutorial, that's not art. Like you're practicing or you're doing a tutorial. But I mean, if you are making a basic house, then yeah, that can be art for sure. Yeah, I think art depends largely on intent. Which can get very tricky. Like I don't know how to define art. That's something I think about like almost a daily basis. Oh. I'm tired today. Yeah, it's something I think about on almost a daily basis is like what is art, and I have not come to a satisfactory definition. Keisha, thank you very much. I'm not happy with it, but I'm happy with everything except for the figure. So just ignore the figure, and yes, it is looking great. Thank you. Elasmo, yeah. Oh yeah, it is. Tell me about it. It's a very hard thing to define. I don't know how to define what art is. Hey, what up, WRBKT? I don't know how to pronounce that, but you're WRBKT to me now. I meant more like the creators that make those houses. They are art, but maybe it's my taste, but they seem very formulaic. It's just a style I see myself fall into when running out of ideas. Oh, like the people that make like the basic house tutorials. I don't know if I would consider those art. It's kind of like people that write test questions or like write exercises for art. Those aren't necessarily art. They're just like a way to practice or a way to learn. They could be. Like, you could definitely do a tutorial for art, but in general, I mean, formulaic also doesn't mean that it's not artistic. That's another very tricky thing. I am kind of the mindset that art is in the eye of the beholder. Kind of. Because I think that... oh wait, I view them sort of similar to corporate art styles. Okay, yes, that's also what I think. Where it's like, I always hear like everything is art, and it's like, well, everything isn't art. But then I also kind of think that anything can be art. Dinner, I'm jealous of you eating pancakes right now. That sounds really good. Anything can be art, but again, I think whether or not something is art lies solely on the intent of the person that creates it. That is why I don't think nature is art. I don't think that art naturally happens. I think that art has to have a hand of a person like creating it. But I also think there are situations where all it needs is to stage it. Like it is intentionally bringing attention to something. So like, hey, Mr. Garyman, thank you for the follow. Like if somebody goes to like Moab or somewhere with like really cool rock formations, and they find like just like a 1 foot by 1 foot section of rock that like has a cool pattern in it, and they take a wooden frame and like glue the frame to the rock. The rock itself, I wouldn't say is art because it's just a naturally occurring thing. But by a person coming and framing it, then it becomes art. But it's more like the act of the person putting the frame there and encouraging people to look at that specific piece of rock as a piece of art is what the art is. So it's a little more conceptual. But then you end up with situations like Duchamp, where he put a urinal in a museum and signed it with like R. Mutt was the name that he signed it with. And I love Dadaism. I totally think that R. Mutt is a piece of art. I think it's a very important piece of art, and I think it's a really good piece of art. But then you also run into problems of like, what is good art and what is bad art? Is that purely on the eye of the beholder? Like, whether is that purely subjective, whether something is good or bad? I think yes, but I also think that it has to do with what that person thinks about how well they achieved what they were trying to achieve. Because there is definitely a class in a world of art where the intent is to make things that look like bad or childish or poorly done. And that is the intent. That's the aesthetic that they're going for. And so then it becomes successful. So then I would say like, yeah, it's good art. I do definitely think there's no best art. I don't think that you can rank art in terms of like good to bad, which makes judging art competitions very, very difficult. I think in order to judge a competition, you have to have, what's the word? Like a set of expectations for people to meet. Not requirements. Criteria. You have to have very well-defined criteria before the competition begins that the people making it and the judges are all aware of. But even then, it largely turns into subjective choice, which is why you always need more than one judge, I also think, where it's like, okay, we're judging on composition. Well, like, what is good composition? Does it follow the rule of thirds? Does that mean that it's good? Is it good because it breaks conventional laws of composition but still looks appealing? There's so much. Oh, there's so much. I should do some videos on this. I've actually thought about doing a video on how to critique art, because it is a skill, kind of like it's something you have to learn. Like it is not a natural thing that people do, critiquing art. I think it is something you have to like learn how to do it. Which is why I know a lot of people really hate critique days in art class, where it's like, okay, we're critiquing. It's like, well, why are we doing this? I think a lot of teachers go about it in a very poor manner, where they present the idea and it creates the idea in the student's mind that a critique is a judgment of art. Like it's judging the quality of it, which it's not. A critique is identifying what principles of art are used, how prominent they are in the art piece, and whether or not that meets the intent of what the artist tried to do. Like I always think about, there was a girl in one of my drawing classes in college who, from what I understood, was just having a very hard time drawing and was not happy with her drawing. And we had to do some homework that was like a still life, like we had to like draw some stuff. And the sheet that she came in with you could see a lot of like, she had drawn something and then erased it, but not very well, and then drawn it again and then erased it and then drew it again, and it was all very shaky and it wasn't very good. And a lot of the students felt bad for her, so they didn't want to like be like, oh, well, like, you know, like you didn't do well, or like this, I could do better, stuff like that. So they were trying to kind of like baby her through it and like create meaning for the art. Like, oh, like I really like this because it shows like the passage of time and like how you improved and stuff like that, which is fine if that's the intent. You know, like I don't like bash them for that. But the important thing would be to ask to that student, like, is this what you intended to do? Or do you feel like you just had a really hard time, so you had to keep erasing what you were drawing? And then once you identify that, then you can start giving an actual critique of like, okay, here's areas that I notice you have strength. Here's areas that I notice you, based on what you said, you have some weakness. Like, here's some things you can do to change that. Like, hey, your line work is really good, but your proportions are not accurate. Were you going for accurate proportions, or were you going for like a gesture of a different manner? And all of that stuff is super important to understand if you're going to be critiquing someone's art. And I think that's something that is missed by a lot of people and not understood by a lot of people. Your art teacher did the opposite. We present our piece, explain our creative choice. We were instructed to give the student examples of what is really good and things we could change. Yes, that's like, that's a way to do it. But then you even run into some issues of like, here's what I think is good and here's what you could change about it, because then it turns into like, okay, well, here's what's good, here's what's bad. Art critique is a really tricky thing that is much more. It's not what people think it is. You have to be a lot more aware of, what's the word? Not like careful, but you have to think about critique differently. Why won't it give me this? Why does it think this is fire coral? Hey, what up, Alistair? How's it going? Mr. Garyman, I've always thought of art as the expression of the creative mind. I think that's true, but also, when is it not? Like, where does the creative mind end and the analytical mind begins? I kind of try to explore that when I talk to people like Alpine and Taco and Rail, because they're architects and they're engineers. Well, two of actually, they get the whole kind of spectrum in there. Alpine is an architectural engineer, Rail's an engineer, and Taco is an architect. And I try to talk to them about like, hey, how do you think the engineering and analytical mindset applies to art? And like, do you see it applying to art? And all three of them were like, yes, definitely, but there is like a difference. So some people will say like art is, why does this show up as coral? That's so weird. Some people will say that like art that art is just problem solving, which it is, but like other things are just problem solving too. New ship in progress. Nice. Oh, I missed a bunch of your stuff on here. There was a really prestigious, from Medford, there's a really prestigious art contest recently where AI art won, and it was a huge drama about the judge's knowledge of art. I remember that happening, and that sucked. I think that there is a bias in there as well, because if you're going in to judge this very prestigious art competition, I think you're not expecting there to be AI generated images. And so you kind of look over it. I know that now that probably will not happen again, because they are now on the lookout for that a lot harder. But I can't deny that AI generated images can be very appealing and they can look very impressive, especially if you are thinking that they're traditional art. So it is, I still hate it, but you know, I can't deny that it is getting really good at creating very appealing images. Like, that's for sure. I feel it's better to think of effective versus not effective rather than good versus bad. I think that's a good way to think about it, Puffin. Effective and not effective versus good versus bad, which I also think of it as like successful versus not successful, like in terms of the artist's intent. Like, do you feel like you did what you were trying to do, or no? And that can be something that people that you have to think about. There's something up with the bakery's identity. I think it's just because so many people are building. Wow, there's a lot of people online right now. It doesn't recognize certain blocks. Like, it keeps thinking that pink stained glass is fire coral. And earlier today, I was doing these glass sheets down here to like add a little bit of atmosphere. And after I placed like 15 or 20 blue glass blocks, it would just start turning into soul sand. It was really weird. Josh came over to YouTube because he loved this convo. Late to it, though. You are a little late, but that's okay. We're still having it. There's also an AI art contest where a human snuck in and won. AI art, AI generated image contest. That's so stupid that they would have a contest for that. I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's dumb. I can see some value to that from a developer standpoint of if you have developed an AI generating algorithm for like an image generation algorithm, and everybody has to use that algorithm. I think that can give you a lot of really good information on, hey, how does my algorithm work? How successful is it? And seeing how well people are able to manipulate what it creates with prompts. So I can see some value from that from like a developer standpoint, but I still think it's dumb. Or it was a photography contest and it got third. Hey, Prismy, how's it going? Love the clouds. Makes the build look way more realistic than yesterday. It really did add like a whole other level to it. And thank you very much. Last semester, my architecture professor actually made us use AI in some way in our final pinup. Wasn't too happy about it. I have so many mixed feelings about AI generated images because I'll be totally honest, they're not going anywhere. They're not going anywhere, and they are getting better, and they're going to become more and more prevalent. I do not think that there's any way around that at this point. And so I do think that to an extent, it is important to understand how to use it or understand the capabilities of it rather than just try to ignore it. So I can see the value in that. I don't think that it... As long as the whole final thing had to be AI, like it's like at some point you have to include AI, and that's one thing. But I think that it is... Like, I stay very up to date on AI image generation and video generation and audio generation. Like, it's something that I do look into and I try and I like mess with it frequently because it is taking over the art world, and it's going to take over a lot of creative work. And I think it would be a detriment to me to not understand, if not how to use it, then like what kind of results you can get from it. So I do like, I use it, kind of. Do you ever use AI art for reference pictures? I have in the past, and the better AI has gotten, the less I've done it, because I started to realize like the dangers of it. But I use AI when I do D&D. I DM for D&D sometimes, and I totally use AI for that. Because I'm like, look, if I can just type in what this character looks like and get a very general image for the players, and it's not going to be posted anywhere, it's not going to be used anywhere, I think that it's good for that. I'll use it to like organize D&D notes. I've used it to voice NPCs, where it's like something that's like kind of fun, but it's not something that I would use in any sort of like more legitimate creative process, for sure. I can see a future where programmers intentionally develop... This is from Mr. Garyman. I can see a future where programmers intentionally develop AI to perform in a specific way for artistic reasons. They already do. That's actually a really big issue with artists will get a lot of their art scraped, and people will train AI based solely on their art. And then they just have an AI bot that can create images that look like that person's stuff. And that's a big issue. That's one of my biggest issues with AI generated images. You love the effect, love the effective versus not effective comment. Some of my favorite music is wrong a lot, like quote unquote wrong, of the time, but the intention outshines what is technical or right. I think that's especially with music too. I did music for a very long time before I got into visual art, and I feel the same way about color theory, which is why I did color theory videos. That a lot of people see it as like rules to follow, which it is not. Like it's like you don't have to follow the rules of color theory at all. They're not rules at all, just in the first place. And a lot of people I think feel that way about music too, where it's like, oh, like quote unquote like wrong music, like you said. But it's like, yeah, it's just different. It's like getting mad at somebody for using certain chords or something. It's like, what are you talking about? Like I'm using music, and one of the things that gets me more frustrated than anything, which I just ignore at this point because I've spent so many years like arguing about it with people, is when someone doesn't like a kind of music and they say, well, it's not even real music, which is just like so uninformed of a statement to make. Hey, what up, Grayson? How's it going, dog? Do you like this? Is this the first time you've seen it? I'm building from the top, baby. Yeah, I wanted more more space to do the perspective, so I'm building top down, which was like, oh, cool, and it worked out really good for the landscape and for the clouds. It has been a nightmare for these figures. I am hating these figures. This one is turning out okay, kind of, but I'm really, really not enjoying these, and I really wish that I would have started with these because they're like the primary focus of the build. So we'll see. But I'm glad you think it's cool. I'm very, very happy with the rest of the build, other than the you know, the primary part of the build that makes it fit the prompt. Puffin, there's a lot of composition quote-unquote rules that are used in a way that bothers me. The Fibonacci spiral compositions are so forced. Okay, that's why I didn't cover the golden ratio and like the Fibonacci spiral in my framing and composition video. Hey, thanks, Grayson. That is literally why I didn't. Hey, it's Seijao. What up, dog? How's it going? I like your glass on your head. Oh wait, do I have my hat on? Oh, I don't have my hat on. Sorry, I'm distracted, guys. Hold on. There we go. Now I got my hat on. Okay, what was I saying? Oh yeah, that is why I did not include the Fibonacci sequence in my framing episode. I like really briefly touched on it because it's one of those things that people are like, oh, if you put things in this ratio, it'll look good, which is super not true. And most of the time, yeah, people try to force it and it looks really bad. There are certainly ways to use it, but like it's definitely not a like thing that you should try to force a piece of your art into. Or a piece of like something you're designing into. You love the things Bismuth has done for building from the top. Bismuth is working on a build for this competition. Let's actually go over to it. That has a figure a vertical figure that I went over and looked at for some inspiration. And he did his bigger, so it looks much better, and it's disappointing to me that mine don't look as good. Is it me sometimes? But I usually never follow any of these rules. You always eye it. I think that, yeah, I do too. Like I almost never think like, okay, let me line up the grid and like do this. I do things how I do things how I like inherently and internally just want it to look. And then if I have issues, if something doesn't work, then I go and look at the like quote unquote rules like design theory and art theory. And I'm like, okay, something about this doesn't look right to me. Let me reference it against some like composition ideas that I know work, like rule of thirds, and see if I can like find a way to make it look better. So they are tools, not rules, which is what I always say. Most of the time, people just draw the Fibonacci sequence on a picture and it doesn't really fit. Yeah, same thing. Grayson, that's exactly what you should do. You do what feels right to you, and you just wing it. And then if you have a problem, you have some tools that you can lean back on to try to figure things out. It's kind of like Josh, it's kind of like building the wrong way up in Minecraft. Like Goose, I don't know if you know, but that's not where the sky goes. It might be a cop-out, but I do really love the rule of thirds. I love the rule of thirds, and I very often plan my builds around it, and just my art in general. That is something where I know that I like when things are placed, a certain way in the rule of thirds. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. Okay, let's go to Bismuth's plot. I think it's his third one. Are you going to add some birds? Or geese? I wasn't planning on it, but I could. Yeah, this guy down here. Look how nice that looks. It's because it's a bigger scale. I really, really kind of screwed myself with how small I have the scale. Because I think this is about 40 blocks long. Something like that. And I'm trying to do mine like 20. So like I'm trying to fit my entire figure in the length of his leg. So, but this is where I got the idea for the coral. A few people pointed that out to me. What does this do? Is this like debugged? No, same thing. This is a very cool build though. From Sad Chuck, Josh. If you divide your frame into thirds, you can use the lines and the segments to help. Oh, what is the rule of thirds? Oh, you're responding to that. Let me go over to my plot again. Yeah, so if you go and watch my video in the Design in Minecraft series, I have one called Framing, and that is composition, and I think it's in composition, the composition episode, and I go over what the rules of thirds are. If you want to just give me an extra view just for fun. You think Spritzu made a few figures of that scale you're at? It's not the same style, though. I need to talk with Niku, but I think Niku is also competing. I'm pretty happy with the shaping of that, just not the colors. Who's flying down there? Oh, it's still Seicho. Got some redstone on your head. Hey, what up, Feather? Oh, your joke would have been so much better if you spelled poopy right the first time. You ruined your own joke. For those on YouTube, oh, you can see his chat on the thing. Willow Billow, I will show you how I did the clouds. Autocorrect. Autocorrect. Feather, were you on when there's someone in chat? You weren't on. I actually know you weren't on. Oh, bye, Grayson. There was someone in chat that was just talking smack to a lot of people in the bakery. I went in chat to like make a snarky comment to them, and I misspelled it, and he corrected me, and everybody was like, "Goose, you can't make comments anymore. You made a mistake." It was very funny. Oh, you're plumbing today. Nice. That's fun. Okay, so to do the clouds, thank you, Queen Rock. Thank you for the follow. Not fun. I mean, no, plumbing is not fun, but I'd rather do plumbing than a lot of other work. Unless you're doing like septic work. That's not fun. Okay, wait. Sorry. Who? Willow Billow asked how I did the clouds. So what I did was I made a cone of light blue stained glass, and I stacked that cone. So you can see there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 9 cones stacked up right next to each other. Like, and each one I stack and move it down one, move it down one, move it down one. And then, oh, hi, Wordle. Wait. And then I went into Axiom and got the noise painter brush and put it on, what did I do it on? Oh, anisotropic. Was it anisotropic? Yes. And I changed the scale here and added a few stuff and changed the octaves. So it was like something like that. And then I painted it with white and light blue stained glass. Yeah, you bet, Willow. Feather, what plumbing you working on? Well, I'm too poor to buy another critique. I finished the chapel you critiqued 2 streams ago. Oh, yeah, I'll come check it out. I need to get my eyes off of this for a sec. Oh, wait. Grayson, every time I come here, I see cool tech, and I remember I can't use them for my content. What do you mean, Grayson? You can use... What can't you use for your content? Oh, because you try to do stuff survival friendly? Hi, how's it going? Oh, wait, what did you say? Oh, the chapel. Okay, I was like, I showed up and I'm like expecting, oh, yeah. No, this looks way better. Yeah, 100%. I think that fits the style of the town so much better. Yep. Nailed it. I was expecting to, every time I hear chapel or something, I expect it to show up to like some massive Gothic cathedral nowadays. Oh, debug. It seems like the debug life is calling you, Grayson. I mean, if you want to keep it survival friendly. I don't know if you guys saw, but I posted a reel on Instagram 2 days ago from one of Benji's builds. It has like 2 million views now, which is nauseating and is like way more than I've ever gotten on a reel before. But there's some people that are like, I want to build this in survival. And me and Bismuth are just in there like, okay, you can get close, but there's a lot of like non-survival stuff in here. You can't actually build this in survival. There's like 4 people that are arguing us like, yeah, you can. You just have to take your time. Like, you can always do it in survival. And it's been very frustrating because we're just like, okay, I get that you can build pretty close to it, but like, you can't make floating beetroot seeds in survival. You can't have debugged fences in survival. It was frustrating. I just removed myself from the conversation. Nowhere near that good at building. Prismy. I mean, these are good. These are good buildings. These are all good, solid buildings, and this is very good. I think that totally fixed the issue that I was talking about yesterday. Oh, you did another interior too? Where are you? Was it this one? I don't remember if this one was done already. If this is the one, I like it. Oh, empty closet. Okay, yeah, it is this one. I love a good flower shop. I always forget about these flowers too. These are so nice. Eye blossom. I still have never been to a pale forest. Very good though. I think that was a big improvement. Oh, whoa. Oh, I always forget about this. I gotta finish this build. I really like the shape of this like factory. And I already started with the lighting. Huh. I should do something with that. Okay, all right, hold on. We're gonna do something. I'm just gonna go, we're just gonna fly around for a little bit. I'm not gonna look at my build. We're gonna look at a bunch of other stuff, and then I'm gonna come back to my build, and we're gonna see. I want all of you to keep note of what your initial reaction is as soon as you see the build, like once we go back to it and look at it. And I'm gonna see what my gut says about it. Let's see what builds are gonna win. Very cool. Ooh, yeah. Man, I love reflection builds like that. Gotta be honest, though, kind of looks like she was picking her nose. It looks better up here now that I see it, but from down here, it looked like she was picking her nose. Oh, yeah, who's this? Oh, yeah, Raz. I love the fireplace. Oh, howdy, Ren. Welcome on in. Oh, it's like a little Alice in Wonderland one. I like that. I like this. This is a good build. I really like this, actually. I'm going to screenshot this, and I'm going to message them, because I want this as a Minecraft painting. Oh, I got to get a screenshot with their name. I missed their name. Directed Booch. Okay. What song is this? This is, oh, shame on me. I should know this. This is Creator by, Lena Rain for the, Trial Chamber update. Another nice one. It's a nice looking tree, too. Oh, is that Seigeo's? Oh, nice. It's looking good, Seijeo. I like your tree. I love this one. I think this is funny. Have you not heard it yet? I don't know, dude. This is like one of the coolest ones they've done. Ooh, that's a nice cracked screen right there. Looks like just an asset library. Ooh. Oh, those are some really nice swoops. Very nice. Where's Benji's? Is Benji online? Oh, I gotta spell it right. Oh, it's gone. Oh, I like the one that was there before it loaded in. Ooh. Oh, wow. That's very cool. Hey, Benji, are you online? I don't think you are. Oh, you are. I want to come look at your plot. Can't stay. Dan is AFK. Wait, I like that glass. Look at this guy self-promoting. Oh, I just wanted to go look at your build. Let me come to your build. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Oh, Benji, you guys are doing such a good job. Whoa. Ooh, I haven't seen the rest of it in there. You guys are hard to compete against, let me tell you. Oh, I didn't. No part of me thought that I was gonna. Rooting for Benji, low key. Hell yeah, weeping. I am also. This is really cool, especially this. This honestly, that's my favorite part right there. That branch on top. Very cool. Very excited to see this totally finished. No part of me thought that I was going to win. But the more that I go around and look at other builds, the more I'm like, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna win. But I'm still very excited about it. Very excited still. Good clouds. Good clouds. Sean, I subscribed to your YouTube after watching Mother Goose. Oh, nice. Haha. Thanks. If any of you guys didn't see, I did do a video with my mom. She hasn't played a computer game pretty much ever. She played like 30 minutes of RuneScape 15 years ago. So I made her play Minecraft with me. It was quite funny. Okay. All right. So I want all you guys to get yourself ready. We're going to fly up and we're going to look down. And I want you guys to tell me what your gut reaction about the build is. Like, does it work? Does it not work? What looks out of place? What looks okay? Like, just right out of the gate, what your gut reaction is. Okay, you guys ready? Be super honest, whatever it is. Okay, all right. I have my gut reaction. What do you guys think? What is the gut reaction to what's going on? Oh, ignore it. These people won't be here. The gray ones won't be there. Matt Chipu, hello. Hey, welcome in, Fizz. That's so stunning. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. The style of the figures as they are now don't feel great with the realism of the rest of it. The sky looks funky, like projected on a domed roof, but that looks actually like warped time. Okay. Oh, thank you for the follow, Willow. And whoever followed me before, I'm sorry I missed it. Landscape is good, but a little noisy. The leaves in the tree are also noisy. Reaction 1 is I could never do this. 2 is the figures don't match the level of complexity. I'm trying to be brutally honest. Just your gut. Okay, so you know what my reaction was? I hate the figures. I don't want them in there. I don't like them at all. I see the noisy. I feel the noisy. I think that I could do a little bit to boost the contrast. Like Joshua, thank you for the follow. Like right here, how I added the black glass. I think that little bit of extra contrast helped that area a lot. So I think I need to go through and define the shadows with some... Whoa! Fun loot. Where are all these follows coming from? Thank you, guys. You'd think I got raided or something. MV, some of the other builds use glass layers to soften it out. You think you're going to do that later, or is it a choice? Well, I have some down at the end, and I do think that I will bring them up a little bit more. Are you going to detail the gray figure? Yeah, this is as simple of a placeholder as it can be. These are not what the figures are going to be. The only figure I've worked on is this one. Okay, but yes. All right, so it seems we are in agreement with some things. Can you play Tears, the new Minecraft song? I would love to. We started out the stream with the new Minecraft album, but we're going to go back to it. Because I think it's one of the best Minecraft albums that we've had. You think maybe remove the figures to add an object like a bench or something, or the red figures to keep the focal point? Okay, so the gut reaction that from all of us is the figures don't work. So I'm going to remove them. We're getting them out of there. Bold decisions. But you just got to make them. Puffin, that's kind of how I feel. Is that like it can still just be a place for reflection. I spent a lot of time on this one, so I'm going to copy it over and just save it, but I am getting it out of there. Are you going to do a frame or anything? I think I should do a frame. Yeah, I do think I should do a frame or something. Actually, you know what? Whatever. Just deleting it. Not even going to worry about it. Squid fan, I was watching on YouTube, but you're much more of a Twitch enjoyer. Well, welcome in. I am becoming more and more of a Twitch enjoyer myself. I was not at first, which is why I always streamed on YouTube, but Twitch just has much better... Okay, the Twitch UI for creators is horrible. That is one thing I will say, but it's just got more features for all you guys, and I like that. A frame would fit nicely. Yes, I agree. Sean, I like it. Reminds me of the apple didn't fall from the tree. Every time Minecraft makes a new music disc, I have a new favorite disc. I do feel like that too. They do keep making really good music. I still like the ideas of the figures though. Like one final thing to give the build a focal point. The shape of the sitting figure is really cool. I do like. I liked the stance. It just doesn't work with the scale. A swing would be nice, but I feel like that doesn't add anything to the prompt wise. So, okay, so I'll preface this all with this. Oh, wait, I'm going to start that album over because I do want to listen to the rest of the album too. Any moves that I make now, because I have 2 days left to finish this. Oh, hey, what up, Dragonfall? Welcome in. I'm glad you could make it. Elasmo, we kind of had, the guy was kind of like the thinker already, but so okay, so I have 2 days left to finish this, to submit it. So any moves that I make on this now have to be to push it more towards the prompt, because right now it's just a cool landscape. I can like loosely put it in as like, reflection, like looking back in time or something, but I want that to be a little bit stronger. So that doesn't help at all. So that just means I don't know what I'm going to do. Something I do know that I need to do is boost the contrast in some of these. So I'm going to boost the contrast by just adding in some more shadows. We're going to go in fun camera mode. Thank you for the follow, Enjos. Add a dinosaur to make it clear it's in the past. Yeah, that'd be funny. Infinite reach up. Dragonfall, what are we doing? We're working on my competition build for the bakery. And I'm not feeling great about it, but we're working on it. Purple blocks on the floor. Those were going to be where I was going to place the figures, like walking into the past. If I'm being honest, I could do armor stands, and I could keep it at player scale. Can you turn armor stands on the side? I don't know how to use armor stands. You can? I get a yes and a no at the same time. Like with the armor stand mod, which we do have in here. I think it's a blaze rod. Yeah, it is the blaze rod. I've never used armor stand editor. Rotate the body. Okay. Okay, so I could do armor stand. Doesn't look that good, and you need at least 2 armor stands for each figure. That's okay. I could figure that out. Let me just try one. I don't know how to use this. Okay. Okay. So we can rotate it. How did you make the terrain sideways? I built it vertically. I built it like this. It was quite a hassle. I think if you wanted to keep the figures, I think it would be cool if they were like a mirror looking back in a line. That's what was my initial thought with how we ended up like this, was like to have like an infinity mirror kind of situation. I'm just gonna see what I can do about this. There should be a way. I wish there was a way to rotate the whole body. I don't know what I'm doing. Z-axis, Y-axis. Help, glow, item frame visibility, rotate. Oh, rotate the entire armor stand. Okay, that's what I need. Nope. Click the course, then the chest plate, and then pick the right axis. Axis, the course? Oh, and I could make it bigger. Huh. Fine adjustment placement. Oh, coarse dirt. Make large adjustments. And I need to rotate it along the... along the x-axis. Okay. Yeah, okay, so that does just make it look around in circles. But if I did try that, but that only does that. So I would have to like move the legs and then rotate it, move the head and then rotate it. I might look up some tutorials for how to do this. There's got to be a better way to do this. Oh, I can't make it bigger. I can only make it smaller. Got it. Hey, have a fun dinner, Prismy. Thank you for joining and hanging out. Oh. It's quite tedious. Yeah, I'll have to look into that. Okay, well, either way, we'll see if we're going to do that. You don't recommend it if you're in a time crunch? Okay. Something I was also thinking of doing is if I really did want to work with perspective, I could build like a very large body. So it's like just the head. Nah, I don't want to do that. Never mind. Scratch that idea. Oh boy. Well, I'm gonna throw a rough mock-up for a frame in. What is going on? Why is it doing that? Joshua, what story do you want to tell with the build? So the idea was to tell. It's like the idea was self-reflection. So the initial idea was to do figures standing in this valley, and like a bigger one here, and then they get smaller as they go on. So it's kind of like it's a person looking back at their past selves as it goes back in time. So. But that didn't quite work out. So we will see. I know I could do this with Axiom, but I like the sound. Making self-reflection literal is difficult. Maybe an idea to show something you personally self-reflect about. I thought about that, but I mean that could work. The problem is, I don't know what I would put in that case, especially because of how this is. Like this. Just the build as it is, for me, is very reminiscent of just self-reflection. Like, I feel very happy about this just how it is, but I don't know if the judges will agree. But I might have to just do it anyway. When I need to self-reflect, I like to escape into nature. This area seems like that would be the perfect spot. Yeah, that's how I mean, that's why I built it like this, because it seems like a very good like place for self-reflection. I just want that to translate. What time is it? Oh. Technically it is past the end of my stream, but I don't really have anything going on today. That's not true. I have a lot that I should be doing today. I don't have a lot that I'm going to be doing today, though. Any of you guys a fan of Dandadan? Only saw a few episodes, but you enjoyed it. I recommend it. Manga is really good too. Recommend reading it. Did the same thing. Oh man, I loved it. I mean, I read the manga, so I was very excited for the anime. I love that mangaka too. He's an absolutely amazing artist. But they when the first season came out, they put the first 3 episodes in theaters so you could go watch them like a movie. And my wife and I missed it because of a funeral. But they're doing it again this time for the first 3 episodes of the next season. I'm quite excited. First episode was a little weird. First episodes are weird. Okay, every episode is weird, but it sure is entertaining. It's a very weird show. Yeah. It is a very weird show. You know, this frame actually helps a lot. You saw the first 3 in the theater? Man, I'm so excited to go see the next 3 in the theater. I have heard this. Hey, what up, sirs? How's it going, dog? Look at this. It's coming along. Probably not with gold swirling, but I do plan on decorating the frame. I grew up, as most humans do. No, I grew up with a lot of stuff in my house was oak. It was just a lot of things in my house were just plain, unstained, finished oak. And I love just plain oak frames like this. I actually frame a lot of my paintings that way just because it reminds me of like my house when I was a kid. So I might do I'm going to texture it a little bit and shape it a little more, but I might do just like a really plain oak frame. Sirs, it's so trippy. It is. correct. Let's add another layer of glass down there and see if it works to kind of smooth out some of the distance. Let's put it kind of far up, like right here. Medford, the show is super good. I love the art style and the character relations. That's something he did super well, which was because of his editor, which thank you so much to his editor. A lot of the shonen anime and manga just have really bad romance. It's just bad. But his editor was like, hey, you're going to do romance. You need to read like all 50 of these romance mangas before you write this. And he did, and it really shows. It's still not like amazing, but it's the romance in like and the character relation and all that stuff in Dandadan is just so much better than everything else in Shonen Jump. It really shows that he did put some like effort into making it seem like an actual relationship. Just / fill glass 100 where you stand. What do you mean? Like just do... Will that do a disc? Haha! Look at that. Fun little tip. Thanks, sirs. Puffin, you coming in here like you knew that? You've been watching me do that, didn't say anything? Oh, I guess actually you weren't here when I was doing that earlier. Vimeo, what if I tried dithering the glass? I could, but I kind of like the, I mean, I would probably dither it near, actually, no. I actually really like how it looks once you get up to like this height. Hey, what up, British person 9? I don't know if you guys knew this, but British person 9 was actually the 9th British person, just in general, of all the British people, 9th one. The others before you were ended by you. Hey, Riley, welcome back to your very long walk. Or welcome back from your very long walk. Nope. Gonna get rid of that. Yeah, do it. Offer another fun goose fact. British person building. We're building this. Building this monstrosity of a build. How do you know? Because you told me. You commented on both of my YouTube shorts in the past couple days and was like, "Hey, sorry, I couldn't make it to stream. You were doing the thing." You said it not in English, but I looked it up. Can't speak on behalf of all British people, but you can certainly speak on behalf of 9. How do you even build something like that? Time. It's been going slow. Ooh, I like those extra little clouds in there. Wow, this is... I know I'm like tooting my own horn, but this is cool. I wish I didn't mess up the damn... I wish I didn't mess up the size before I did so much work on this. From Elasmo, new goose information. Since all beards descend from theropod dinosaurs, two-legged meat grinders, they are still dinosaurs, the last surviving members, actually. And that way, if someone's asking for your favorite dinosaur, you're totally right in naming the magnificent goose as such. Very exciting. I actually did know that yeah, the reptile dinosaurs all died off. And the birds, what is it, theropod? Theropod dinosaurs are what birds are now, and birds have evolved from them. Welcome back, Small Planet. We decided to not build the figures. See how this looks from orthographic. Still does look very good that way. Oh, man. Do you think you could paint sky onto those, similar to the style of that Black Dahlia Murder album? I could. I mean, I could. Yeah, I could. I could do a little bit more to like make this look better. I actually could do quite a lot more to make this look better. Whoops. Whoops. Archaeopteryx really is the MVP. What are y'all favorite dinosaurs? Give me your favorite dinos. Hey, Hesbo, thank you for the subscription. I appreciate that. Hesbo, if you want to, you can link your Discord account with your Twitch account, and it will automatically add you into the members-only chat and channel in my Discord. And here's the Discord. There you go. Yeah, there's a Discord if you want to join, and if you link them. If you can't link them, or if you don't want to link them, message me and I can add you manually. It just makes it a lot easier if you link them. I used to be the Spino, but that MF got nerfed so hard it looks like a manatee now. Riley, you're not in my Discord. Come on. Come on. I don't know what happened here. It's like one of those bad AI videos where everything constantly changes. My favorite is Pachycephalosaurus. Always love the good boneheads. I just have always thought they're cool. Oh, that's the wrong block. How do you join the MC server? So if you are in the Discord, you can go into the tab that says server info, and it has all the info in there. If you like scroll down to the Minecraft server section. Riley, where can you join? There's a link in the description of every one of my videos. You guys can also, since you're on YouTube and you can't see the link I posted in Discord, you can also go to discord.theloosestofgooses.art. Again, that is discord.theloosestofgooses.art. How do I get this to mask to just be one layer? That's always driven me absolutely insane. It's not draw. Is it painter, mask surface? No, see, that doesn't work either, even though I am masking the surface. Active block, stamped gradient. There we go. Box symbol in the top left. Box select? Oh, like just select that sheet and then just paint. Well, luckily this is working now. Wait, I just figured out there's an SMP. I only use the DC server for the vid ping. Oh yeah, there's an SMP. We also have a creative server that's basically the bakery. Like we just ripped the bakery's whole format. So that's on there too. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff on there. Like that. Why is that going through, but it's not... Like it's masking the blue glass, but not the white concrete. Very frustrating. Oh yeah, also remember to plug the abstract comp. If you guys... I mean, there's not a lot of time left. June 1st is the last day of a competition that I'm doing right now. It is abstract themed. You can build whatever you want as long as it is abstract in some way. Yeah. You should do that. That box left side, mid and height says mask surface. Oh, this one. Oh no, I am masking the surface, which I want to. So white concrete is saved because glass is above it. So if I do it now, well, see, that's what's happening now too. It's okay. I'm just going to do it manually. Hey, later, British person. Thank you very much for hopping in. I hope you have a wonderful British time. Go get some Nando's. That's all I know about Britain. I know more about Britain than that, but that's the main thing I know. You guys ready to watch this super frustrating way of me doing this? There we go. Just had to break up that line a little bit. Jonathan's so noob. Hey, Benji. Vimeo, you're starting your competition entry with 3 days left. Hell yeah, let's go. Hey, what up, Dingle? Oh, I'm a fool. You scrapped your original one and started over yesterday? Well, I'm excited to see how it goes. You wish you had a good idea for the comp? Well, it's too late now. Well, it's not too late. I mean, apparently you can start now. Like these maniacs. Riley gonna go look around the Discord, be right back? Hell yeah, have fun. Oh, I'm doing this wrong. Hey, thanks for the follow. Who is that? Pug? Pugzerg. Whoa, 620. We like just hit 600. Okay, what do I need to do? I need some space between the white blocks is what I need. Matt Chipu, welcome back. No, that's not right. It's not doing it. Where did I go wrong? Oh, okay. I know where I went wrong. You doing the comp on your Switch? That is brutal. Okay, there we go. Now we're gonna have some air between them, so I can put white glass and it'll actually stack the color. There we go. Kind of sick of this album. We're going to try. I have this app that supposedly is all royalty free music, and we're going to try it out. If it mutes it, yell at me and tell me that it muted it. Okay, there we go. That's looking better. Yeah, it's looking a lot better for sure. All right. Well, actually, you know, I just changed the music, but we've gone an hour over what I was initially planning today. I do have some other stuff I got to get done. So that's going to be it for today. I'm still waiting to hear back from the supplier about a sponsorship for the shirt stuff. So hopefully sooner rather than later, that will be live and available for everybody. In the meantime, you can check my Discord. I have a Patreon. If you are subscribed on Twitch, if it's gifted to you, or if you just subscribed yourself, or if you're subscribed on Patreon, you do have access to the members only stuff in my Discord, which is, you know, we have like a plot that's only members so that you can join that and build with me. Sometimes I'm in there and chat. It's just a fun place to hang out. Sometimes you get some like behind the scenes stuff of that I'm working on. Like I let them vote on like what kind of garment the shirt was printed on, stuff like that. Chuck, feeling super confident about your talk, and you made tons of progress. Hell yeah, good. Okay, good. I'm glad that my brief rushed explanation was some help for you, and I'm glad you feel inspired. I will be back next week. We have some very fun streams next week. Next week, we won't be doing this anymore because the deadline is before I stream again. So this will be done next time you guys see it. Next week, though, I am going to be doing the oil painting stream. So I'll probably do that on Wednesday. Yeah, I think that'll be a Wednesday stream. And we'll either paint some clouds or do some still lifes. We'll see. We'll figure out what we're going to do. But I will keep you guys all posted on that with a post on Discord and Instagram and YouTube. And I will talk to you guys all later. I hope you guys have a wonderful time. Oh, and I have to raid somebody. I almost always forget. Let's see who's streaming. You know, I think I'm just going to raid someone I don't know today. Let's raid. Oh, no, we're going to raid Jittery. Jittery hasn't streamed in a little bit because she's been sick, so we're going to raid Jittery. Jittery Bug Games. Okay. One of these days, I'm going to just start raiding, like, Pearlescent Moon and Tango or something. One of these days, I will. I'm going to raid them and see if I can get any response back from them. Okay, we're raiding Jittery. Just say honk when you get in there. I hope you guys have a lovely time, and I will see you some other time. Rating in 3, 2, 1. Adios.